Azami 5 minutes or less, because a lot of people kind of misuse her as a long-range castle, and I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. When I say people play Azami like a long-range castle, what I mean is they'll literally, during prep, do what every castle player does and just cut off these angles, which, as Azami, you shouldn't be... If you're gonna do this, just play castle. Because the thing is, this is basically still a barricade. This is just... It's still a barricade. The only difference is that... Let me put this up. The only difference is, when you melee an Azami, you know, it's not going to have the hole that a barricade will. And also, you know, it's bulletproof. I'm trying to think of a good explanation. It's more like a deployable shield than it is a castle. Like, if you put the castle on shower door like I did, there's nothing stopping them from just breaking it. But if you, you know, say do that, you've now made this angle way, well, not way harder, a little harder for the enemy to fight. Because now, they have to break through this barricade and, you know, give away their position. And also, give away that they're breaking this by meleeing it without being able to shoot through it. And they don't even need a breach charge for it. So that's the other reason you shouldn't be using it as a castle. Another thing you can use Azamis for, if you are holding angles anywhere on the map, this is just one of my favorites to hold. If you're holding an angle on the map, you have to be aware of every single angle around you. You have to be aware of the one in front of you, but you also have to be conscious of the door there, the rotate there if your team made a rotate, and this window here. And that's a fucking nightmare. That's why you have castle, that's why you have fucking deployable shields, that's why you have a team, so you have less angles to watch. And Azami is one of those that can keep protecting or keep blocking angles. So this one here is one of my personal favorites. So anyone who's playing the window is less of a threat to your guy playing bathroom angle like this, just because the Azami's there. If you're going to put an Azami near or in front of a barricade like this, do not put it on the barricade itself. Because, let me fucking show you. You've got the barricade here, right? The barricade and the Azami are not attached. So if the barricade breaks, nothing happens to the Azami. It's still blocking the angle. The enemy still has to fight it. But if you put an Azami on a barricade like this, then watch. If you put the Azami on a barricade, when the barricade breaks, the Azami breaks. So using an Azami to save a barricade like that is not a fucking thing. If you really fucking need to block an angle in an emergency, that's one thing. But do not put your zombies on barricades. It's a fucking waste. Last thing about Azami, if you're gonna use Azami pretty much the way they advertised Azami when she dropped, let's say this is a hard wall, and let's say the enemy breached it. As Azami, the unique thing that you can do as Azami, the reason you should be keeping these in pocket and playing anchor, is so that when they breach this wall and waste very valuable utility, you can just say nope. Granted, the hole won't be that big and the Azami will actually cover it, but Azami can literally patch up hard breaches and, you know, force the enemy to make a decision between, you know, are we gonna make noise and break this and fight it, or do we just give up? Especially if it's something like a Hibana or an Ace, which they have to be careful about using. A Thermite's not gonna get patched up. A Thermite hole is fucking huge. But, like, this is gonna cover up some, you know, this is gonna fucking cover up hard breaches. And, yeah, some things to think about when it comes to Azami. There's so much more to go over about her, but honestly, this is just a good start. Don't play her like Castle. Don't put it on barricades, like you saw. And, you know, try to cut off angles. Make sure you cut off angles so the enemy can't, you know, kill someone playing angles, and, you know, be ready to cover hard breaches like this. And, yeah, peace.